Creepers Underground. We hope you survive.
Ha! That's right. It is that unholy time of the week again. Demons and addicts all over this great, fantastical world that we live in. And I couldn't think of a better way to start off November than with uh, probably one of the best Jason Voorhees to ever don the mask alongside the legends. But not only that, but the directing prowess of Jason Brooks. I'm so glad to have him here with us tonight. And we're going to be talking about two motherfucking movies that if you have not seen it, something's wrong because they are on Tubi right now. If you like a little bit of Disney after dark, we're going to be talking about the death of Snow White tonight, and it far superseded every expectation I had, as well as a film that I feel can rival the great Art the Clown, known as Diced Reloaded. So before we get into all this madness, we're going to take a quick commercial break to our brothers over at Horror Struck Hot Sauce. Hotter than hell. Check it out. That's right. If you have a passion for all things horror and at the same time like to make sure that your meat is dripping with some serious horror sauce, you're going to want to make sure you get over and get those hot sauces from HorrorStruckHotSauce.com. Check that shit out. As you know, Yule is right around the corner, demons. You can get yourself a holiday pack. Check it out now. Jason Brooks, welcome back to the show. It has been forever.
Oh, thank you for having me back on.
Absolutely. You know, I was sitting in my crypt, in my mausoleum here, and I'm like, I need to watch something new. I'm always scouring Tubi for new stuff. And of course, you know, I have a lot of friends that have films on there, including myself. But it's like I put on the app, and then all of a sudden there it was, The Death of Snow White. And I said, unholy fuck, I've got to watch this. Because I knew this was like your really huge undertaking for a film. And man, it did not disappoint. I can't imagine how much work went into this thing.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
So what gave you the idea to do this in the first place? Because I know it's based on the real Snow White story, you know, from the Grimm brothers. So what kind of got you down that road?
Well, I was actually writing some other films. I was going to start making some of my own ideas and everything. And then our executive producer, Sean Lutzis, called up and said, hey, family was talking, and, you know, we're big fans of Snow White and the story. We heard that Disney's making their version. What if we made ours? You know, it's like he had a dream that his daughter would be able to play Snow White one day. They were talking about that around the dinner table and having her play it. And they're like, you know, it's Disney. They don't know who Sanaya Lutzis is. That wouldn't happen. And then I believe it was the aunt who said, well, why don't you make your own? And so he gave me a call and said, hey, what if we did this? And I said, well, you know, we're all working on our own things right now, but let me think about it. And, you know, as long as I can make it kind of a horror version. And he said, well, I wouldn't expect anything less. So Naomi and we got in the office, locked ourselves in here for 3 or 4 days, came out with a story outline, kind of an idea concept of what we wanted to do. And we kind of fell in love with the story and sent that to Sean, and he loved it too. So we were full steam ahead.
Hell yeah. And I mean, if it's anything that we know about the Brothers Grimm, there was nothing short of horror about it.
Yeah.
But this adaptation takes it real dark. So I have to ask for, the queen, the witch that must take down Snow White to remain the fairest of them all forever. Yeah. Did you take a page or two out of Elizabeth Bathory's playbook?
A little bit, yeah. A little bit. With the queen, what Naomi and I wanted to do was, we wanted her to be obsessed with vanity and kind of like almost take a modern spin to it, where everyone's doing these procedures to make themselves more beautiful.
Yeah.
So we looked at all the historical things that women have done in the name of beauty, and they're like horrific things. So everything in that movie that we did with her is something that people have done in the past, somewhere in history, including Bathory. So that's where we got a little bit of that influence.
Oh, the blood tub scene was just sexy as fuck. Right? Who doesn't love that?
Yeah, and Chelsea Edmondson, who played our queen, just did a phenomenal job as that character. Really nailed it.
Yeah, definitely. The cast as a whole, I don't know too many of them, but I really feel like they really captured each of the characters very well.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think they did great.
And that had to be tough. Now, was it kind of like a prerequisite that they had to be able to do a British accent?
No, we actually toyed with that idea quite a bit. Like, are we going to go with the accent or not? And so we kind of went back and forth quite a bit. And then we started running out of time and said, well, maybe we should not just do it. Rather than doing a bad one, we just won't do it. But then a few of the actors were like, no, let's just go for it. So we got a dialect coach. A lot of them met with a dialect coach and learned to speak. So it all came down to timing, and they did a great job. I was the only one, I think, who kind of failed that, because my role in the film, I wrote it in just to be kind of a small, short piece there. Yeah, there I am. And then on the day of set, my AD said, okay, here's your script size. I'm like, oh, I don't need that. I don't have any lines, I don't think. And she's like, no, you definitely do. And I was like, what? Oh my God, I didn't even practice any of this. I didn't memorize my lines. I didn't practice the accent. So I had Sanaya, who plays Snow White. I'm like, okay, how would you say this? How would you say that? And I try to go with that a little bit. So, yeah.
I mean, it's a lot different than not having any lines at all when you're just playing, Jason Voorhees and Vengeance, or
absolutely
to your character Benny, in Dice Reloaded. There's an art to not speaking, but I'm finding out too, because I'm doing more speaking roles these days than any kind of creature or silent bad guy thing. Yeah. It's kind of fun, and you have to get into your head like, how am I going to deliver this line?
Oh, it's a lot. Yeah, it's very different. I feel like I'm much more comfortable with the mask and the makeup and the silent characters and the body language, which is its own unique art, right? I mean, you can see people not do it very well.
Oh man, yeah,
and it's for sure painful when you see that. But the speaking thing, I'm starting to do a lot more of that too, and I'm still extremely critical of myself, and still learning. But
makes two of us.
Yeah, but it's a lot of fun. I love it.
Well, that's good, because I kind of figured that was something that you weren't used to, and you delivered it well. The chemistry, between characters is always there. And I have to say, making the seven dwarves, well, little people, sorry. Got to keep it PC, I suppose. Fuck off. Anyway, the fact that they are all like ninja warriors was unfucking real. Now, how was it easy to get little folk to play those roles? Like, how was the casting process?
Casting took a long time, especially for those roles. We really wanted to make sure we got the right people for the roles. And we were trying to get as many local people as possible. But
Mm-hmm.
we would basically, go through all the different job boards. We went through a couple of casting agents. We did a lot. We had, about 100 different auditions come in. And then once we started our choices, it came down to availability, rate negotiation, all that stuff. And so we end up with
Oh
the
man,
cast we
that's
have,
huge.
which I think was fantastic.
Well, I mean, they looked very excited to do it, and it shows. I felt like it was a really kind of a shining moment when they're taking on the guards of the queen, and just great action sequences.
Oh, thank you.
Now, kind of like moving through the story, how did you find the right Snow White? That is such a hard role to cast, I would imagine.
That was our first role we cast. That's actually Sanaya, the executive producer's daughter. And so and she actually helped with some of the story, because we consulted with her when writing it, and we brought her over to the house. We said, how do you see Snow White? How do you want to play her? And I've worked with Sanaya a couple of times, with the Vengeance movies and some other things, but she had the same idea we did. We did not want to have this testosterone driven woman who can, learn how to fight suddenly in the middle of the movie and goes and kicks ass. We didn't want to do like that cheap cash grab slasher of Snow White killing people. We wanted to be true to the character of Snow White and have her be young and innocent and come from a place of caring and basically killing people with kindness, and that's her strength, is her mind and her love for people and her caring. So
that's what I think really makes this movie, authentic, is the genuineness, sticking to the source material. I mean, we've seen some spoofs like in what was it, Shrek Part 2 or 3, and suddenly, like, Snow White's this badass that can command all the animals and shit. And I'm like, no, like, you're really sticking to the tale, which really, I think, set a stage for Meredith Binder or Binder. Hopefully, I'm saying it right. For her witch character to be so diabolical.
Yeah. She was great. She was so fun to work with. I love working with Meredith whenever I can.
So would you say she's like a character actor? Because I feel like she really sunk her teeth into this one.
Yeah. She's just a great actress. Just
John Potash, what's going on, brother?
She's a great actor all around, but the few films that I've worked with her on, she has played characters of some sort. And when she sent the audition, I actually reached out to her and asked her to audition, and she sent that in. And then we worked through a couple things. She sent a couple of different versions of it, and then just loved it. And she did phenomenal. And she sat through the 6 hours, 7 hours of makeup to make her look old and haggard like that. And she's just a trooper and brought it.
Yeah. And it was like a full bodysuit at one point.
Full body, yeah. Right? Full body makeup. Yep. We had an amazing team. Naomi led an amazing team of makeup artists, 8 different people. And they would
makes so fucking sense.
Yeah. I mean, we had 38 named characters, 100 extras, a lot of makeup, a lot of special effects makeup. We needed to have the extra hands so that we could, keep everything moving on time. And they just did a phenomenal job with that look and that makeup. It's exactly what I wanted. So it's great.
Oh man, and we're going to get to that in a second. But one of the things I want to call attention to, especially for everybody out there in Black Flame Land, the set design. Holy fucking shit! You are literally catapulting us into the Snow White place. I felt like I had walked right into medieval times. What were some of the challenges, and how did you? location is everything. So I got to know like where you guys built all this shit.
Yeah, that was something we spent quite a bit of time in pre-production doing, is looking for locations. We found a couple of places we wanted to film, a couple of castles we wanted to go to, and it just didn't end up working out, either timing or financially. And some people just like,
they can be expensive.
Yeah, we found one place for the dwarf house that was phenomenal, but then they're like, no, I don't want a movie made here. And so that wasn't an option.
Prudes.
In the end, we decided just to build our castle. So we built it on the executive producer's property in this massive building, massive set, and the town, the village, is all like facades and built for the movie itself.
Man, it's like you would never fucking know it.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
It's like it looks like a magical place, way back once upon a time.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, Brandon Nappick in Seattle Sets and Props. They came in and they really knocked it out of the park with their set design.
Absolutely. John says he's headed to Vegas for a super cool gig the next 2 days. Glad to hear that, man. Keep working. Keep the nose to the grindstone. He says, this is why I wanted to see this interview. Jason did an amazing job with set design and special effects. Oh, trust me, we're coming back to that.
Oh, thank you. And I saw something about the mercury on the skin for beauty practice.
Oh, yeah. Aaron, Morty said that.
With the test subject woman that comes in, when the queen says, yeah, give her the mercury next. So, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, clearly you did your homework there.
Yeah.
And he says that the level of details matters so much. And I feel like, you, even with the village scene, the marketplace, that whole thing really felt like a town. You had a celebration going on. Just knowing the ins and outs of that time period is so important. And you can get that from Disney, but you don't really get it.
Well, no. And I knew I could never match the budget that Disney had to make a village and to do whatever. And so it's like, well, how can we make this real with the money we have or don't have? And we had a lot of volunteers and a lot of the Seattle Knights and a lot of people from the Ren Fair, Iron Dragon Trading Company.
About that.
Yeah.
If any like Ren Fair type people, helped out with that.
They did. They brought a lot of the costumes, some of the background props. Douglas Herring, he came out. He's got a big collection as well. So we were very fortunate to know a lot of these people locally and to have a lot of connections within the group, reaching out and people wanting to be a part of it. So it was nice to get some of that authenticity because they really care about authenticity.
And very often I've always felt that, Ren Fair people, the people that put on the shows, the whole, fair itself, they really know what they're doing. Like they're already in that headspace. So you don't have to train them. You just have to, let them know this is how the scenes are going to go, and you do what you do. And they bring that. Very, very much an untapped resource. I hope, that future filmmakers will take a page out of your book on that. Because, that's indispensable. Some people are just like, wow, really? I get to do this in a film? Fuck yeah.
Yeah. No, they were really wonderful people and couldn't have done the film without them. So,
as long as they weren't drinking. I said, as long as they ain't drinking.
Oh, yeah. No, that was for later.
Yep.
Yeah, no, they're all very professional. They were just phenomenal. I can't say enough good things about the entire crew and cast.
And it absolutely shows. I also wanted to say that Tristan Noakes did a really good job as the prince. He was very believable.
Yeah.
Kind of like that. I know I'm good looking and I'm very proper and, I still have a little bit of courage, but not so much a badass because, age wise, especially, during that time.
Yeah.
I thought it was perfect. You didn't go for somebody that was like all, roided out or anything.
No, he was absolutely perfect. And he's a good looking dude that people want to hate because he's just a good looking dude. And then when you meet him, you can't hate him because he's just so lovable. But that was one we probably had 200 almost 300 auditions for the Prince. And
Holy shit balls.
yeah,
That's a lot.
it is so much. Naomi and I went through every single one, and we would have the most insane people audition for this 18-year-old Prince, people who are 50, 60 years old. And
Oh, wow.
But
well, that wouldn't even be right, though.
No.
You know what I mean? You have to have that youthfulness.
And
I think that's something that actors need to keep in mind too. You just because you think that makeup and something else is going to make you look that way, but there's a difference.
There is a difference. And I told people when I was talking to them about the performance or their self-tapes, I'm looking for kind of a Harrison Ford, Indiana Jones, or Han Solo type of scoundrel guy that's, you just love him, but he's got that cockiness to him, but he's not so cocky that you're annoyed by him. And
well, yeah, he was definitely not annoying.
Yeah, and Tristan was the first one. He actually didn't get my note on that, and he's the first one to send his audition in, and it was months and months and months of going through these things. And Naomi and I were nearly in tears when we saw his audition because we both looked at it, watched it, and we're like, "Oh my God, he's perfect. Let's pray he's available and wants to do it." And he's just a big nerd himself. He loves D&D. He loves all this stuff. So he came out and he was just like geeking out about everything. He's amazing.
I always said, people have always made fun of people playing D&D over the years. Well, man, does it pay off in the film realm?
It did.
And they take good direction because there's a dungeon master.
Oh, yeah. He does take good direction if you can find him. He's one of those guys who wanders off on set and where'd he go? We have a lot of ongoing jokes about that, but yeah, he's fun.
Now, one of the I'm trying not to give too much away because I want everybody out there in Black Flame Land to go watch this. But damn it, the devil in me has to say, great fucking idea with the mirror.
Oh, thank you.
And the devil women that are in
the mirror.
That mirror. What made you go that route? Visual.
I knew I wanted something I wanted the magic. I wanted the everything more grounded in kind of like a earthy, more natural thing. I don't know. I didn't want too fantasy, I don't know.
Like an ominous flame.
Yeah. I just didn't want to go too magical. So I kept going back and forth. Like, what am I going to do with this? And then the director of photography, Cody, he actually sent me the idea and showed me something he'd been working on another project with a couple women who are just in all this black makeup and glowing eyes and everything. And then that kind of sparked my idea of going forward with kind of the fates, the three women, all, the demons, because I always wanted to be that it's not necessarily a mirror that everyone can see. It's the queen's inner demons talking to herself. It's that self-doubt that when you look in the mirror and it's like you're not happy with yourself or you find your own flaws. And that's what I want the mirror demons to be. So if you notice when you watch it, no one else in the room reacts to what the mirror is saying because they don't see it.
Exactly.
So it's all in her head, and that's where that comes from.
Yeah, I totally got that, because they end up turning on her at the end.
Yeah.
It's like, you're ugly. You are horrible. You will never, ever,
Yeah, exactly.
Again, not trying to give too much away, but I loved that whole dynamic. And I feel like you really gave it a bit of a push to the forefront. Because even in the cartoon, you go back to, the Disney film, the mirror's there, but it's not prevalent.
Yeah.
And I like the way you tied in, its importance the whole way through. So oh my goodness. Well, they're hot as fuck. So
they are great,
I'll take that all day long.
Maybe one day when enough people see it, we'll see some people cosplay as the mirror demons at some convention or something.
That would be amazeballs.
Yeah.
And you can still use electrical tape, ladies. You can still pull it off.
Pasties, bodysuits.
Exactly. So that brings us to the effects. Man, Nobody, and Joe Castro, I love him, amazing severed head guy. But you guys managed to bring the body part carnage to a whole new level in this film. Take me through the process there. Like, how many gallons of blood did you guys use?
55 gallons.
55 gallons.
55 gallons of blood. For the special effects, that's what Naomi and I do for a living. We run Real Fiction Studios effects, and that's what we do on film. So we kind of used it as we wrote it as a way to say, what would be really cool to do? And what have we wanted to do that we haven't before? And then try to find ways to weave it in the story or just write the story and come up with these ideas, knowing we can do them or that we'd like to. And then after it was done and we're ready to do it, we're like, what the fuck did we just do to ourselves? Look at this long ass list of all these massive effects. How are we going to get this done in time? The cost of this. So a lot of working around the clock 7 days a week to get it all done. But it was so fun to be able to come up with all these body parts, severed heads. And it was so much.
The kill scenes are just orchestrated so flawlessly. It really shows that, when you and Naomi put your heads together, people are going to get the gore. And I think that's actually another selling part of, this film is you never would have thought you would see this kind of things. Like, have you ever saw the two Huntsman films?
I saw the first Huntsman.
Okay. You guys beat the fuck out of it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Because, that was the, mainstream's way of trying to give you, a darker look. No, it's not as dark as this. They don't have, the seven dwarfs being like these badasses.
Right.
And very little CGI, would I say there?
Yeah.
For some of the effects, like obviously when you're doing magical stuff, you almost have to go there a little bit just to bring it, but it didn't look cheap. What was the secret there? Was that in your editor or your producer?
Yeah, that was all we knew. Being a practical effects company, it was important for us to do that. And a lot of the magic, it's not just digital, it's a mix. So like when she claps her hands together, when things happen, we actually have actual powders and different things going. We have in the shot, and then we just kind of added some lights to it. When we had when the witch is running through the castle with the glowing crystals and throws them, that was all 100% practical. With the explosion, the clouds and the dust, glowing crystals. We tried. I
felt that was real.
Yeah, and
for sure.
We had just a lot of the things, the lights. We'd have the lights flashing in scene, so that could all be part of the magic, and then put it in the real world and just have the digital part that we just can't do practically, kind of blended in with that. But everything else, for the most part, I think, fireflies. I couldn't wrangle a bunch of fireflies for a specific location for that. So
that would be difficult to say. I couldn't imagine you guys running around at night, trying to catch all these
fireflies. Exactly. So there's a couple things where it's just like, okay, we didn't cut corners on practical effects and just go with cheesy digital. We just had to use the digital where it was necessary.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the digital doesn't even appear to be cheesy. It fits everything.
Oh, thank you.
Choreography of the fights, that's another big selling point for me. They don't look lazy. They look rehearsed. All the movements perfectly done, and catching all the angles. I can only imagine what post-production was like on that. Did you have a fight coordinator, or did you coordinate them yourselves?
We had a couple. We had a stunt coordinator and a fight choreographer who worked with the teams and the people. And then we also had the Seattle Knights who came out, and that's what they do. They travel the country doing all these shows, fighting each other. So they have their own choreography already set. So when they come in,
are they swordsmen?
Yes. And they all fight with real swords, real metal, real,
damn,
everything's real. So we have our extras who are not the Seattle Knights with foam swords and stuff, in the background.
Oh yeah, because you don't want somebody's head to suddenly come off.
Exactly. But the Seattle Knights, they're just full badasses. They have metal weapons, smashing each other with them and everything. But they've got their fights choreographed, and they know their beats and what they do. The biggest choreographed scene would be the hallway, the slow motion walk.
Yeah.
With everything going on, like that was something we had to do for quite a while so that everybody was safe, with all the swords swinging around, Snow White walking through all the chaos, blood flying, timed to certain times. And so that was one of the biggest choreographed scenes. But otherwise, yeah, our stunt coordinators and the Seattle Knights really deserve the love and credit for that, because they brought it. They did a great job.
Hell yeah. I'm going to have to check that out, because there is a true art to sword fighting, especially the way they did it back in those times. So my hat's off to them for their work for that. So you guys heard it here, Black Flame Entertainment Universe. If you want to check out some dudes that really do great performances with sword fighting, check out the Seattle Knights.
Yeah, they do shows in Vegas. They travel the country. You can probably find them in your area. So
Vegas, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh man. But at the end of the day, if you like or have always loved the story of Snow White, but you just felt that it could go darker, right now, Demons, it's on Tubi for free. No reason. Even if you just like a good medieval story with lots of action and hella gore and ultra dark, this is the film for you. And we are going to check that trailer out right now. And if this don't grab you, I don't know what will, or maybe I'll force you to do it. Let's check that out right now.
Every time I come here, I feel reborn.
Take this. Please, save our child. Mirror hanging on the wall.
Who is the fairest woman of all?
I would sacrifice all I have for all I love.
Bring me one of Snow White's little friends.
What are the huntsmen doing out here?
Dwarves, they are protecting her.
The dwarves? Have they all gone mad?
They do appear to be quite mad.
You will die today, Snow White! You are a flame child! And I will steal your last breath!
Well, that was vile.
Well, that was vile.
Yeah.
Little Monty Python in there. Fucking hell, man. If you didn't feel that, Black Flame Universe, something's wrong. Even if you're not a fan of Snow White, I love the way you guys did the trailer. That was an excellent idea. You know the story. Like, you already put it out there. You know it. But you ain't never fucking seen it like this. And let me tell you, there ain't any other independent project that, because whenever something gets some notoriety, like, oh shit, now we're doing, Disney films horror style. You get all these other productions and they fucking suck. You guys have definitely done something special here. Please, everybody out there, go check this out on Tubi. Now, is it also on Prime?
It's on Amazon Prime, Apple TV, Fandango at Home, Vimeo, YouTube Premium, Bloodstream. If you got a Bloodstream stream subscription, then it's on there too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
Lots of ways to view this. Now, for those of you that want to possibly get some physical copies, do we know if that's available?
it's not available yet, but we have done the work to do the physical copy. So I imagine it'll be coming out in the near future.
You heard it here, folks.
Yeah.
And you better be fucking following Jason on Facebook as well as Instagram to keep up with all of that and get all the news. Man, as a director, that had to be a defining moment for you. How did it feel seeing it on the big screen?
Oh my God. It was insane because, I'd seen it so many times because I edited the thing. And I'd seen it so many times over and over again. And then for the premiere out in LA, to see it there and just the reaction from the crowd, it got all the laughs that we wanted to, the screams and scares we wanted to, people crying, and I got people coming to me and saying, how dare you? I went to the fucking horror movie and made me cry. What the fuck? And it was just, everyone, the basic feedback was it had a good balance. People who didn't like horror movies were like, there was enough romance and humor.
Yeah.
I love that it balanced out the gore, so it didn't bother me as much. And then the guys are like, yeah, I love the romance part too. I was on the edge of my seat, like, are they going to get together? And so it was a good mix of everything. So it's the roller coaster I like. And then of course, Regal Cinemas picked it up and it had a 5-week run in the Regal Cinemas. And so we went out to the cinema several times and to see it in an audience with people that you don't know,
Sure.
don't know you.
Mhm.
People just going to the movies and seeing the same thing. It's so surreal to have your work out there being enjoyed by people that are just people who saw it in the paper or whatever, and they decided to go. So, yeah.
I mean, like I said, it looks like a first-rate film. I mean, this very well could have been a Hollywood production, but guess what? No Hollywood involved, motherfuckers. So that's what I'm talking about, man. The best fucking creativity movie making is in independent film. And you proved it. You literally fucking sledgehammer right through that shit, man.
Thank you.
I'm proud as hell of you. And that's why I was like, dude, we need to tell everybody. Because I guarantee the rest of the country's like, I don't know. I never heard of it. I don't know.
That's
so
what we keep finding.
We get the rest of the world in on this.
Yeah, we keep finding out from people that it's like they come across it accidentally and they see it and they're like, wait, what the fuck? Where'd this come from?
Yeah.
It's amazing. So
any plans for a future production like this?
Yeah, the distributor is pretty happy with it. He kind of hinted at maybe a TV series based off of it. We do have plans for a sequel if there gets enough money coming out of it and stuff. We can go and put that towards a sequel, which we have some ideas about. But in the meantime, I'm also working on several other
right. I mean, you're a busy guy.
Yeah.
You're like
I'd love
me.
to do more.
Burn the candle at both ends all the time.
Absolutely. And I'd love to get back in this universe and work with these same people again, because that was some of the best times of my life.
Definitely. Anytime a passion project like that comes to life and you've literally you've given every ounce of your blood, sweat, and tears to it. I'm just glad that, you're getting those reactions. You got a limited Regal release as well. That's a lot. Because this was like your second or third directing?
Third.
Okay. Yeah. I know you had directed a few others. So this one really hit.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I had a really good team. So surround yourself with good people. Good things can happen.
That's what I say at the end of the day, man. It takes a village to bring something to life. But you were the spark. You also your producer. I mean, everybody involved. Just great synergy, and we get fucking amazing productions like this.
Oh, thank you.
Again, everybody out there in the Black Flame universe, you need to be following this man.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my goodness. John says, I'll happily watch it again. And you know
thank you,
what?
John.
Me too. It'll be like 3 a.m. What do I want to do? I'm going to fucking watch The Death of Snow White again because that shit was fun.
Yeah, let's get that algorithm up, get it up there in the recommended, and people are watching so that other people can see it.
Absolutely. And you, the viewer, has a lot of power. You can do ratings on IMDb. You can leave reviews, anything that you fucking want to. I almost kind of feel like this was one of my live reviews that I do now on the show as well. But I got you right with me, which makes it that much better. So hopefully we've enticed you subliminally to want to go and check this out.
Or
in the privacy of your own home. Grab a good fucking cold drink, maybe a little devil's lettuce, whatever your pleasure is, and watch this movie because it's going to be a fantasy come to life. That's how I say it. So, but on to a really, man, I don't know how to say it. God damn. If it popped up, did it? Hopefully it did. Okay, because I can't see it on my end because StreamYard's being a bitch, as I could say. There it is. Man, and then Diced Reloaded. You are back in your element. Now, I know it's got to be different being behind the camera and then being in front of the camera.
Yeah.
Was this like, oh yeah, it's time to play kind of thing?
Yeah, it was. This was a fun one. It actually was filming before The Death of Snow White, and the director came to us for doing the special effects and doing the makeup and everything. And so during those conversations, I was like, "Do you have your actor yet for Benny the killer?" And he said, "No, not yet. We're casting. We're looking for someone who's probably 6'5", 245 pounds or so. Creature actor. Do you know anyone?" I was like, "Yes, me." Like literally me. And
my resume.
Yeah. And so I said to make it a lot easier too, because we have me, we could do the makeup test. I could make the costume. And he said, sure. And so I got to play it. We did all special effects, and the film ended up coming out to be just under an hour. But once he put it out, Epic Films saw it. They loved the character of Benny. They loved the potential. And so they purchased it. And then we went and did pickup scenes down in Hollywood a few months after he got done with Snow White. And so I went down there and filmed an additional 30 minutes, so the film got re-edited, got new score, new music, new sound effects, and new kills that Joe Castro did.
Oh my goodness, Joe.
Yeah.
That's great.
And so he put some kills in there too and got it all together and re-released it as Diced Reloaded. So that's the reloaded part. But being that character, being in the costume and doing that, I just love that so much. I
mean, one type of monster I've said since the dawn of horror, since I was born. A scarecrow is fucking terrifying. And that's why, farmers put them up in the crops. They scare the shit out of you.
Scares in the name.
There's not a fucking bird in the world that's going to want to come near that thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But to have one that is a fucking serial killer, let's set the stage for everybody. Because when I say I felt when I watched this movie, and I'm Mr. Detail guy, when I'm watching films, like if it gives me that feeling, and this one definitely did. You're going to find out why I feel this could actually rival the first film that I've seen in a long time that could rival The Terrifier. Let's set the stage for him. Let's give a little bit of backstory on how this character came to be.
Like as far as the movie plot or how we developed the character? Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, it's basically an insane an insane asylum patient who gets released from the hospital on Halloween night back in the 80s in Seattle and goes on a killing spree. One of the nurses, we find out, helped Benny get out, kind of switch some paperwork. You don't know why necessarily until later on, but you see Benny going along and just starting to kill people, chasing after this one particular girl. And at the end of the movie, when all comes down, we kind of find out who everyone is and why people are on a specific trajectory and path, and why all the madness happened.
Now, if I remember correctly, Benny killed his parents prior.
Yes,
that's what landed him in there.
Yes. Yeah, that wasn't shown in the movie, but was alluded to. We had some crime scene photos and everything, but Benny killed his parents, I think, when he was 16, I think is what it was. And then that's what landed him in the asylum.
Did you have a feeling that this could be yet another iconic character in horror?
Honestly, in the moment, no. We're just doing it because we loved it. We're doing it for the love of filmmaking, for fun. The script had some potential to have some cool kills, and so we put a lot into it. We designed a lot of those kills to be like, what would we want to do? Some stuff we want to play with, and worked with Jeremy Rudd, the director, to come up with those. And then when Naomi designed the look of Benny, we kind of put that in there too. We always want to give 110, 150% of whatever we're doing into what we do, because our name's on it and we like to have fun with it. And we're really passionate about filmmaking. So we wanted to create iconic kills and create an iconic looking character. And that was something we did a lot when discussing what he would look like. Jeremy wanted to have kind of a Wizard of Oz style, kind of playful look to Benny. And we were coming to him with like really horrible, scary, demon looking and then after a little bit of back and forth, we came up with something in the middle. And one thing was a little bit bothering me was the nose. And like right. A lot of them have like the triangle nose, and I thought, let's do something different because we want to do something red. What if it's bloody, like his nose was cut off? And so we incorporated that into the design, and that's where the cut off nose came from, was just in the design, which I think really sets it apart from other kind of looks and kind of ties it together. So I think Naomi did a great job of combining all the elements of what everyone wanted and making it into one cohesive look that is just memorable and horrifying.
It's something that hasn't really been done. I've seen some other Scarecrow style, independent films.
Yeah.
But the characters, the Scarecrow itself never really kind of gripped me.
Yeah.
But this is different because it's almost like the character of Benny, you see him putting the makeup on, which I thought was really, really cool. And all of your movements, they're fucking hilarious. How did that come about?
The movements, that was just
a lot of miming.
Just me in the moment. That was just kind of let's see. So Jeremy really wanted a couple things. In the design, he really wanted my face to be shown. Like we had some burlap sack looking looks and everything. He's like, no, I want expressions. I want facial features. So I was really smart on his part. And then he said, Benny's like a man stuck with like a 5 to 8 year old's brain and curiosity. And so I try to play it in a way of like an excited 5-year-old or excited 8-year-old boy. And what would he do? And how would he see the world? So a lot of the miming and a lot of the stuff, the movements are that. And then just like a 5 or 8-year-old boy who gets disappointed or told no, something sets him off, he gets mad, but he's got this adult, huge, frame that he's stronger than he realizes. And he doesn't necessarily know the consequences of what he's doing. He's just going for it. And so that's
I definitely got that flavor.
Oh, good.
It's kind of like he can be very playful. but there's just this innate lust to kill.
Yeah. And it's like, I wanted to have that bit of being able to flip on a dime. So it's a little bit scary if Penny's being playful. You got to keep him right there and don't push him over the edge, because he can at any moment that can break, and he'll break you.
Any fun stories in some of those kill scenes from some of your scene partners?
Let's see. I think
I've always wondered about that.
Yeah, there's one story. I was asked this on another interview and I said no, but after we were done, I realized there is one. One of them, when I was killing the dad, the dad figure in the movie.
Yep.
We're in a kitchen. I'm sitting on the ground. We're at an Airbnb that we rented for the film, and I'm in full makeup. I'm on the ground. He's laying down there. I have my hands inside of his stomach, pulling his intestines out. And
that was my favorite.
Yeah. And then the owner of the Airbnb comes walking in the house.
Oh, no.
Pissed off because she was told that there was a small film being made. She's like, this is not a small film. This is a massive film. What are you doing? There's like 25 people here. You said there's only be like 18 people. And what's going on? And I'm just sitting there in my makeup, holding these guts and intestines, looking at her. And she's going around asking every single person in the room, like, oh, just. And as I'm sitting there holding these intestines, and because we kept tripping the fuses too.
Oh shit!
So she had to go and fix that. She was just not happy, but it was a very awkward moment to be holding the knife and guts, and having to pick off.
What are you doing?
Yeah. So.
You know what though? As a property owner, I don't know. Maybe it's just me because I am who I am. I would think that I'm like trying to constantly attract people to want to come to my Airbnb. And this is a hell of a selling point.
I would think so.
We do major productions here. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've had filmings here. That would draw in, I think, anyone that's curious. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But I just don't see how they can get pissed off. You're not breaking shit. You're not fucking the walls up. It's a professional fucking set.
Yeah. It left it better than when we showed up. Yep.
Isn't that the fucking kicker right there?
Yeah.
And you cleaned it up.
We hurried and we got it done and got out of there before she came back and was upset. But yeah, I mean, there's a house, one particular house down in Bader, Washington, that a man named Jim Spence, he has, and we have filmed several films there with 7th Street Productions, Calvin McCarthy and everything, and he loves it. I mean, he rents it out. It's an Airbnb, but he loves having it and having his house featured in the pictures and in the films. But he has said that there have been a few people who are like, yeah, I don't know if I want to stay there. The negative energy of the curse.
Oh, get the fuck out. It's not like you actually killed anybody.
Right. We thought it'd be fun to kind of leave DVDs of all the films we've made there and just kind of leave them so that people can kind of sit back as they're renting it, pop them in and watch the movie and be like, wait, this looks a little familiar. What's going on?
I would think that would be a selling point yet again, because
I agree.
If I was going to stay at said place and they have a catalog of films that were made there, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to check that shit out. It's not like you're leaving pornographic material,
right?
Or would that actually draw them? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can't win with some of these people.
We're not doing real seances, real ceremonies. We're not doing horrible things.
There's no spirits negative energy. What the fuck?
Yeah,
People. I guess if you were doing Christmas horror, it would be better.
Maybe. Yeah, we do. Oh God.
Lizzie says some folks just have weird things they're snooty about.
That's true. That's true.
Some people won't mention their place is haunted because they don't want to attract certain types.
Yeah.
What the hell? I would be like, yes, I need my bills paid. I need to pay the taxes on the joint. I need to pay the electric, the gas, everything.
Right.
Shit, like, hey, that would be a haunted
houses. You like haunted houses? Yes. Then my place is haunted. You like haunted houses? Nope. Good thing mine's not haunted. Whatever. It's like, I don't know.
I remember when I rented a Airbnb for my band when I was still playing professionally, and we were doing rehearsals for an upcoming album. And the guy that owned the place was like, "Fuck yeah, you guys want to play? I got a basement."
Nice.
I'm like, "Okay, no one's gonna hear. Great." But here we are, a bunch of tattooed freaks, and everything else. But it was a great experience. But then again, like you said, there's just some people that are so fucking concerned. I'm like, you're just making a movie.
Yeah.
It's not like you're filming a kidnapping or
And I think they're just afraid you're going to fuck up the house.
But obviously, as professionals, you're,
Right.
legitimate company, all that stuff.
Absolutely.
So you guys also include a final girl in this film.
Yeah.
And that was another really cool spark.
Yeah.
So how was it working with let's see, I
Eden
believe it
Campbell.
was Eden?
Yeah. Eden Campbell.
Yeah.
She was awesome. We had a lot of fun together. I actually didn't get to talk to her very much during filming until the final showdown.
Oh,
in the
no
warehouse.
shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I spent most of my time in makeup, so
yeah.
I was getting into makeup and everything and killing other people while she's, the scenes. But then when we finally come together, we at that point, we were able to spend some good time together. We talked about the scene, how to do it safely, choreographing, what would happen, does she feel comfortable and all that. And it worked really good. She was really fun and amazing to work with, and hope that we can get the sequel going so we can work with her again.
Oh man, I hope we get a sequel for this because it's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So the question I have to ask, was she genuinely terrified when she was strapped to your table? Because she seemed like she was genuinely
terrified. I don't think she
terrified
was.
of being strapped down like that.
Yeah, if she was, then she didn't tell me she was. But no, I think she's just a great actress.
I mean, if that's the case, motherfucker, that was legit.
Because in between each take too, I check on her and walk up and like, hey, are you comfortably okay? You need need anything? You good again? Yep. Okay, great. Okay, action, and then become creepy again. So always want to make sure that our actors are comfortable and happy and not in pain or
we're gentle giants, people.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We're doing this stuff for pretend. We're not really.
It's like I'm your friend, but I'm going to eat you in a few minutes.
Yeah.
I loved how you have your kill table there, and you're like, no, and maybe,
yeah, which one?
just going through the tools. Was that your kind of like prowess, or was that actually in the script?
That was in the script.
Okay.
That was Jeremy had that in the script to have the
Nice.
different tools and just kind of like I'm there to choose which one. So yeah.
Oh, dude, I thought it was brilliant. Just a great scene. It's like you could, like you said, a little bit of like child qualities, in the brain. You're a 5-year-old, but you're much older than that. You're an adult. And you're just like, it's like, I don't know if I want to do this. I just thought the way you played that scene was fucking phenomenal.
Oh, thank you so much.
It's some of those subtle nuances that I think really makes some of these iconic characters.
Yeah.
Whether it's funny or it's just like, you can really see the madness there. And that's kind of how I felt about that. Like, you love what you're doing. You're wanting to have fun. You just don't know which delivery
Right.
that you want to do with your victim. And just fucking amazeballs.
Thank you so
And
much.
we're about to show y'all right now why it is you need to check out Dice Reloaded. There's no other version in my opinion, because this one is epic as fuck. Check it out.
Good morning, Seattle. Should Halloween be canceled as a killer stalks the streets?
This just in. Seattle is a trick or terror. Mayor calls for...
Did you guys hear about that murder last night? Some poor guy was stabbed like 100 times. Did this happen around here? Literally over by Martha Lake.
The killer stole a set of knives and the guy's Halloween costume.
We released the wrong patient. He's a deranged serial killer. He believes he's a kid, and he finds joy in killing. Diced up his parents' body parts and played with them like they were pieces in a board game.
Get a load of the guy that just walked in. Who's this creepy looking guy?
His name is Benjamin.
It's him. It's who's walking outside our house.
Please let me go!
A slasher for the ages, and a brilliant job on the music score. It gave me that 80s feeling all the way through. Hairstyles, clothing choices. When you're doing period pieces like that, and obviously, he wanted to bring the audience that feeling as well. And I feel like he nailed it.
Yeah.
It's not too far off base as far as what we've seen in typical slashers. But this one has a different feeling. I love the fact that, Christine Rose Allen brought that element of I'm the helper, which was kind of shocking.
Yeah.
And, here you are, you're thrust out, you take over, this guy who's, I thought it was amazing too. That he's trying to get ready for Halloween and you just come in and go, sorry.
Yeah. The craziest thing is that I fit in his costume.
Oh my goodness. That's true too. Just so many moments there that are just awesome. And I have to say, from Reaper himself, that the thumbs in the eyes is one of my favorite kills in the entire film.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I could feel that shit. It's like, and we have the eye gouge and he's going for it. Can you walk us through how that's orchestrated? Because it's always one that puts me on the edge of my seat.
That one was a couple different parts. When we talked about that, Jeremy, the director, wanted to have like a knife that I taped to the wall and smash his head on it. And I was like, well, what if I stick my thumbs in his eyes and then crack his head open? And then he's like, well, I don't think that people are strong enough to do that. I'm like, yeah, well, it's a horror movie. Let's do it.
Bet?
Yeah. So, it'll be fun. It'll be great. And he's like, okay. So we got the knife. I held the knife on the wall, pushed his head onto it, thumbs in the eyes. And so we did a head cast of the actor.
Yep.
And made a full silicone head with the brains and the skull and the cross, all the different things inside, mouth. And then we made it so that the eyes had blood bags in them so that on the actor, I could go in and use my hands a few times in other movies and just kind of do that, rupture the bags, and then switch it out for the fake head, put my thumbs right into those sockets, and pulling that head apart.
Love it.
The blood rig flowing. Love that.
And some independent projects, you can kind of tell when that fake head is switched in. In this one, no, you really can't. I kind of felt that with most of the kills in this film.
Thank you.
Everything was so legit.
Thank you.
The practical, the better. And I'm telling you, this really can rival that flavor of Terrifier. Have you ever thought about that?
Not directly. I mean, I've heard a lot of people talk about it, and I love Damien and David Howard and stuff.
David is amazing.
So I never see myself in competition with them. Anything, I'd love a crossover one day, but a
crossover, most def.
Yeah, but just being mentioned, in the same breath as them, is phenomenal, and just love it. It's an honor. So
Could
they've
you
done an amazing
imagine
job.
you guys side by side?
Yeah. Yeah, they've done an amazing job, making their way up there. So yeah, it's an honor to be even talked about in that league. So
Definitely, I hope we get a sequel for this film.
me too.
And
It'll be
everybody
really
out there
crazy.
in Black Flame Land, you saw the trailer. It's so much fun. It's everything that you want and more. It's not cliche. Some people will definitely, probably say that. I don't know. Purists, whatever. But this was a very original idea. Not so much it's Halloween. Yeah, it's the 80s. It's the killer. It's why the killer kills. It's the backstory that really sells the film. And then, you really sell Benny. And I mean, that's all I can say. I've been waiting to see, because I've seen some flops lately. They bill it up like it's going to be this new great killer, this and that. And you don't disappoint.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. And, the ideas for the sequel so far that I've heard. I know Christine, who played the mother, the nurse.
Yeah.
She's got some amazing backstory ideas that I hope that they consider. And also some of the kills that we have kind of planned out that we could add to it. It'll be even crazier and stay within that same story building in the same world, which, the next time we'll have bigger budget, it would be better resources. And I think we could do a much better job too. And
oh my
bring
God.
it up several notches.
It's like on the budget that you guys were on, though, you created something really special.
Thank you.
Very authentic, great locations. The overall look is perfect, as if it was like, on a VHS tape.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So
my hat's off to Jeremy and everybody involved. And obviously, if they didn't have you and Naomi, doing the effects for it, and having you as the prime killer, as Benny himself, I think, collaboration wise, that's a win-win.
Oh, for sure.
It's not something you really see in film.
No, and I think that, like when you mentioned, it's hard to tell when the fake head comes in. Having been one of the people that made the prosthetic and made the head, I know how to puppeteer. I know how it works. And so same thing with working with Joe. That's something that Joe Castro mentioned to me when I was on set working with his props and his stuff. I was able to wiggle them, keep them, alive and moving. And after he got done with the take, he's like, "Oh my God, thank you for being somebody who knows how to do this and make my stuff look really even better." Because he does amazing work. So,
for sure.
But being able to bring it to life, because sometimes you do something elaborate like that, you hand it to an actor, and then they don't necessarily know what they're doing. All they know is their directions, like, okay, just pull this off or do,
right.
So it really does help to know the performance part of it and to be able to make it and how it works. And if I push it together just right here and pull it, then I'm going to get this really nice slime goo string going, or timing and all that. So it really helps a lot.
It's that attention to detail, and having that knowledge makes you a powerhouse. It really does. And that's why I was like, both of these films, even though you're, the killer in this one and you're the director in the other one, you can see the scope of creativity, knowing how to bring these things to life, even though it's all basically make-believe. And I don't know. There's not too many actors out there that can do that. So I don't know, man. I'm so excited to see what you have coming up next. And great shout out time. What do you have in the works currently?
Currently, we just got off of a month-long shoot for the Green River Killer with David Arquette and Nick Stahl, Randy Qualley, and all that. Vincent Kartheiser, but that one will be coming out within the year. There's a few more that are kind of on the table that we're talking about right now that we might get to be a part of, talking about putting our bids in and everything like that to be a part of. I've got 5 or 6 pitch decks going out next week to a couple of places to see if we can't get something going on our own again. But there's several films that we have. Got 12. I got a little list on the wall. 12 films we're working on this year, all in various states of approval and funding.
Nice.
That we'll be jumping onto. So there's gonna be quite a bit of fun over the next year. So we'll be busy for sure.
Absolutely. For me, it's like I'm glad I have this month off. I can enjoy my birthday. I have December off as well at the moment, unless there's one project that they might do a little bit of shooting for, but nothing until January. It's like, ooh, I get to breathe. Yay.
Nice. We just started working on a TV pilot for a TV series called Nerd, which is kind of like a Dexter style thing. I'm in. He's doing a great job. Anthony Brooks doing a great job coming up with that. It's about a black kid who is deciding to become a serial killer and decides to kill within that community because the police don't research that as much. And so that's something to keep an eye out for. Working on a movie with Olivia Gropp, who's an actress who's also in Green River Killer. That's coming up in December. 259 is a movie that we did where I play a demon. We did the makeup and special effects, the film by Cody Newton, our director from Snow White. And that's coming out soon. 259, kind of loosely based on a true story about possession.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, wow. So
it's kind of like a Stranger Things possession movie. Follow some teenage kids through this experience. So that one's great. Japanese movie, Late Bloomer, that's coming up. Just a ton of fun stuff. And hopefully we get into our Dice sequel.
Shit, I'd like to see a Death of Snow White get a sequel as well.
Oh yeah, me too. If we get people going, keep watching it on Tubi or wherever you want to see it. Get those numbers up, and the more people that watch it, the more money comes in, the more it gets recognized, and they'll start giving us more opportunities to make some more independent films.
Absolutely, man. I definitely hope that all of that comes around, and we are all very, very excited to see what you do next. And I would have to say, if I had a dream team of a film that I would love to be a part of, I would have to say it would be with you and Robert Lasardo. I think the three of us could do an amazing film together. So I'm going to keep that in the back of my head. I'm going to try to manifest that.
I just worked with him a month and a half ago.
Yes, sir. I know. I looked. He does a show with me called Divine Madness, where we're talking about Charlie Manson and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I think the three of us would just be magic. If we could be like a trio of evil,
there you go.
I bet we could bring it.
The three bald amigos.
That's right. Man, just an absolute pleasure having you back on the show tonight.
Thank you so much.
Thank you to everybody that showed up tonight as well. I know Facebook unfortunately blocked the video, but we're going to upload that later because Facebook is Facebook, and that's the way they are as of late. But guaranteed, we will get that uploaded within the next 15 minutes. Don't forget, at 9:30 tonight, we're going to have the horror barbecue as we are looking at the two epic films and giving credence to the original, but Piranha 3D as well as Piranha Double D, because who doesn't like a double D? I know I do. Thank you so much, Jason.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure hanging out with you. And
Thank you.
it's just congratulations on the success of both of those films.
I really appreciate it. And if you want to keep up, realfictionstudios.com has all of our social links on there, so you can follow whatever you want from it.
Excellent. You heard it here. You know what to do, demons. And I'm going to make sure that you do that. But always stay heavy.
Thank you for joining us on Rebirth Underground. Stay tuned for more from Black Flame Entertainment.